Hello. In this video, we're going to look at another optimization question. While working for a company that produces soccer balls, you're asked how to minimize the cost of production. You know that the more soccer balls are produced, the cheaper the price will be. However, producing too many will make the cost of storage increase. Working with the data department, you determine the cost in dollars of producing X hundred soccer balls can be approximated by C of X is equal to 0.3x squared minus 60x plus 23,000. What production level will minimize the cost? And then what is the minimum cost of production? Okay, so there are a few things in here that we need to be a little bit careful of. So first of all, let's look at the definition of the variables. So here we have let me go ahead and go to a larger one here. We have the cost in dollars. And then we also have X hundred soccer balls. Now, this is very important. We're working with hundreds of soccer balls. And we want to know what production level will minimize the cost. And if we look at this, notice that that means that we want to know what X value will minimize the cost. And the second question we have here is, what is that minimum cost? So we want to know first, what's the X value? And then what is that minimum value? So to figure that out, let's look at the X. I'm going to use X here instead of H. Just, you know what? I'm just going to use negative B over 2A here. So negative B over 2A, in this case, A is 0.3, B is negative 60, and C is 23,000. Plugging these into the formula here, we get positive 60, because it's the opposite of negative, all over 2 times 0.3, which is 0.6. Type this into the calculator if you need to. Notice that if I move the decimal to the right one, that's actually the same thing as 600 divided by 6. And that tells me that this will be 100. So the actual X coordinate here will be 100. But notice that this is 100 and the units are 100 soccer balls. So when we have units for a reason. It means 100 soccer balls, or 100 soccer balls. But here's the thing. This just means 100 times whatever this is. But notice that there is a number here. So this actually means 100 times that 100 soccer balls. And 100 times 100 is 10,000. So what this means is that in order to minimize the cost of production, this company should produce 10,000 soccer balls. It's very important that we understand that the X equaling 100 isn't 100 soccer balls. It's 100 soccer balls. Therefore, it's actually 10,000 soccer balls that they should produce. Excellent. Now that we know how many they should produce, we need to figure out what is that minimum cost of production. Now that minimum cost of production is basically just what is C of 100. Now notice I'm not putting in 10,000 because the X coordinate has to be 100 here, not 10,000. This 100 just corresponds to the value of 10,000. Okay, good. So C of 100 means that we're going to plug in the 100 into the X values, which gives us 0.3 times 100 squared minus 60 times 100, and then plus 23,000. And I strongly suggest that you just type this into the calculator, and that's going to give you 20,000. So C of 100 is equal to 20,000. And the function itself is the cost in dollars. So this is actually going to be $20,000. So this tells me that the production level that minimizes cost is 10,000 soccer balls, and the minimum cost is $20,000. Awesome. Now here's the thing. If we were to graph this function itself, let me go ahead and just use a different color here. If we were to graph C of x, here's what it would look like. It would look something like this. Okay, so what's happening is you would have an initial value here. This would basically be considered the what would we call it? The fixed costs here. And then as you increase the cost of production, it becomes more efficient. Or excuse me, as you increase the production, the cost of production decreases because you have more efficiency happening. So the cost is actually decreasing. But again, at some point, you're going to have to store more. You're going to have to buy more store space. You're going to have to hire more people, all that good type of stuff. So eventually, that's going to start going up again. So there is that minimum value there that we were trying to find. And in this case, that minimum value was 120,000. Alrighty. Well, I believe that's it for this particular video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun.